Good morning. It is now Friday morning. I think the last time I picked up the camera might have been Tuesday, a couple of days ago. But I just had a really big couple of days with work. I had a big presentation yesterday, and then I actually had a whole debacle last night. But I drove back down to Brisbane to my parents' house for the night because I'm actually flying to Sydney today. But we had some stuff at the old house that we had to move, like the washing machine and stuff that we left there when we moved out because we got new ones. And there's people moving in today, so they wanted them out obviously because they have their own. So we had to go there last night to pick up the washing machine and like move it out of the house. But I got halfway home from Toowoomba to realize I'd forgotten the keys to get into the house, so I couldn't actually get in. So I ended up having to turn around, go back home to Toowoomba, and then drive all the way back down to Brisbane. So I originally left at like 4:30, and I didn't actually get home to my parents' house like after picking up the washing machine and everything until 8:30. So it was a big afternoon of driving and like running errands, but at least it's all done now, so that's officially it. There's no reason for me to ever go back to that house now. There's people moving in today, and yeah, it was a really like weird feeling. I think every time I've left that house the last couple of times we've been, it's been like thinking that's the last time I was going to see it, and every time I walk in I expect to see our furniture there because it's still like I haven't actually left because I've kept having to go back for various reasons, like to pick up packages or whatever. But yeah, so it was a bit weird going in again last night and then thinking, oh, my furniture should be here, and then it wasn't, and then it was kind of like I was there by myself for a little bit while I was waiting for my dad to get there. And it was like a real out-of-body experience of like, I was picturing like the first week we moved in and like the week Max came home and like playing with him in the backyard, and like, yeah, some of the moments we had in that house, like our first Christmas and things, which was like really nice. And then I actually realized when I was there, I was the first person in the house when we moved in, waiting for NBN to come and the couch to be delivered, and actually the first person on moving day to arrive as well. So yeah, it was really like a full circle moment being the first person at the house for moving in and the last person to be at the house moving out. But that is all done now. Anyway, so yes, it is now Friday morning. I'm actually getting a lunchtime flight, so over my lunch breaks I'm working today, so I started really early. Got some work done, finished getting ready, and then my flight is at lunchtime at the moment. I did have a meeting, so I actually pushed it a bit later, but depending on what time I get ready and get to the airport, I might either see if I can get an earlier flight or just hang around the airport and work a bit there again. But yes, heading to Sydney this afternoon to spend the weekend there for one of my best friend's birthdays. I'm very excited. I've all rugged up. The only thing I need to change the thongs for the sneakers, but it was just easier driving and today in thongs. So I've got my sneakers in the car. I've just been rearranging my packing to get rid of the stuff I had from yesterday and last night that I don't need to take to Sydney, and I'll just leave that in my car. I've just booked my car parking. So yeah, getting ready to head to the airport. It's going to be very rainy, very similar to what I'm looking at outside right now. It is very rainy in Brisbane. It's very cold and foggy in Toowoomba apparently, and it's very rainy in Sydney. So not a lovely weather weekend anywhere today. Oh, hello, good boy. My parents' puppy's also here, and he knows that we're all leaving. My parents have actually left to go to like a weekend away with some friends for this weekend as well, and my sister's just left for work, so it's just me and their puppy at home. Puppy is like he's a big puppy. But I think I'm actually getting an early flight home on Sunday just because I'm going to drive straight from Brisbane, like the whole travel day back to Toowoomba. I'll go Sydney to Brisbane, Brisbane to Toowoomba pretty much straight away because I have work and I just want to be home Sunday afternoon. It makes it easier for the week. And then my parents, I think, are actually going to stop by our house because where they're staying for the weekend is actually past Toowoomba. So I think on the way home they're going to try and swing by, say hello, and then yeah, I think that maybe the people they're with might be coming as well, so that'll be nice to see them on Sunday again. But yeah, I feel like I should probably finish getting ready. It's 9:45, so pretty much the time I was planning on leaving anyway, to head to the airport. I'll be a bit early, which will actually be nice because then I can maybe get something to eat, or I don't know, maybe I'll have something to eat quickly now. Yeah, anyway. just thought I'd check in, let you know, say hello, and say we're heading to Sydney for this weekend. Hello. King of the house, aren't you? Okay, so I actually am gonna have some breakfast before I leave, just in case I don't have time to eat dinner. A little travel OOTD. I just got my trusty black puffer on, a H&M divided oversized black tee, my regular jewelry, my lioness barrel jeans. They are my favorite at the moment. They're so comfortable and I like that they're a little bit different, spice up the outfit. And then just my white Adidas sneakers. So super casual, comfy outfit of the day for traveling and just chilling. Plus it's all stuff that I can rewear this weekend because I only packed a carry-on and I am an essential overpacker, so wanted to make sure I could try to pack normally and yeah, rewear a lot of this. Actually, one thing that did happen on the way here was my suitcase broke. So both the wheels on my suitcase don't work. So here I am walking through the airport, like lugging it behind me as it's dragging on the carpet, trying to make sure it didn't look heavy because I'm 95% sure it's overweight, so I didn't want anyone to weigh it. Which is so inconvenient. So I've actually just also had to order a new carry-on suitcase for our next trip to Sydney in a couple of weeks time, because I think that's all I've got to bring again, and I'm not doing that again. That's hurt my hand, hurt my arm, too much work. So yeah, that was one unfortunate thing. So I just landed in Sydney. Well, not just, I landed in Sydney a little bit ago. I've just been chilling at my friend's apartment. I did not pull the camera out on the plane. I ended up making my flight, which was really good. So I was on the first flight I tried for, but I ended up sitting in the middle row between like two business guys who were like very professional and just was not going to whip my camera out in front of them. But it was a good flight. I got a sandwich, had a Diet Coke to wake me up and give me some life back, did some work, and then watched my Quarterback. I've been starting the new season of Quarterback on Netflix, so just watched that, listened to some podcasts and did some work for a bit. And then yeah, landed in Sydney, got an Uber straight to her apartment and have just been chilling here for the last little bit, like catching up and finishing up the day. She shouldn't be home in too long, I don't think, which will be nice to see her. It's been quite a while. But yeah, thought I'd just check in. I'm officially in Sydney. The weekend, Sydney Weekend Girls Weekend has officially begun for me. I'm here, but I'm waiting for my friend to get here for the real Girls Weekend to kick off. What did you say?
Nothing.
Who's right?
Not you.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. It seemed in...
You are right about one thing, and that is my outfit. Thank you for that.
And you heard it here first. have not picked up the camera at all today. It is Saturday. It's now like 1 p.m. we kind of slept in a little bit until about 7:30, got ready, and then went to, where did we go to first? We got coffee at this place near my friend's apartment, and then went to have a look at Henny. Actually no, we went and picked up her birthday cake first on the north side of Sydney, got that, secured the most important goods, and then went to Henny for me to have a bit of a look and try on some jeans, which we went for me to have a look naturally, and then I bought a pair of jeans, but all the other stuff I wanted they had sold out of in my size, so I'm gonna get it online. But she actually bought a bunch of different jackets and things as well. And then we went to the Roseberry outlets, where we got a little loon croissant, which I have demolished. I got the Vegemite and cheese, and I bought a skirt from Age, which I'll do a little haul either when we get back to her apartment or when I get back to Toowoomba, depending on how much time we have. So yeah, we've just been shopping today and having a lovely little morning. We've just pulled over now. She's running into Mecca to pick up some concealer for tonight, and I think she wants to get some fake eyelashes, so she's getting some fake eyelashes for us to wear as well, just to add a little bit more pizzazz to the outfits. But yeah, it's been my camera's down here because we are on a very busy main road in Paddington. Lots of people walking past and lots of cars driving past, and I'm not in a point yet where I'm ready to just hold this camera out in front of me. So yeah, anyway, she's secured the eyelashes and the concealer as well, and on her way back to the car. But I thought I would just check in. We've had a really chill morning, just doing some shopping, having some coffee, croissants, girl talk. We've also just been chit-chatting so much. Last night as well, we went out for dinner to Ilberetta, and we went to I think it was Bibo in Double Bay, or Bibo beforehand, for a little drink, a little cocktail. I had a champagne and like Chambord strawberries and champagne situation, which was delicious. And then we went to Ilberetta for dinner and decided to just go home and have a girly night and watch Wild Child and like have a flashback movie and yap basically the whole time and chill. So we did that, and then we FaceTimed one of our friends in London to say hi, and yeah, had a really nice fun girly evening as well.